So draw this pencil box a lot like we drew the part number 3. We draw it unfolded or flat as the cutter will cut it. It's a 5-inch tall, 3-inch wide box. You got a left, front, a right, and a back. So you got a 3, 6, 9, 12-inch by 5-inch rectangle to draw. So again, get rid of this little guy, go away. Using the rectangle tool, I'm going to build a 12-inch by 5-inch rectangle. Zoom in on it, then orbit my screen to be a little more top view. Alright. The plans kind of call for the seam to be in the back. There's going to be an 1.5-inch panel, 3-inch panel, 3-inch panel, 3-inch panel, 1.5-inch panel. So I'm going to build the 1.5-inch panels first. Use the tape measure tool. I'm going to go in 1.5 inches. Oops, undo that, try it again. Go in 1.5 inches. Both edges, 1.5. And then we have a 3-inch panel and a 3-inch panel. I'll draw those lines in from edge to edge. It's going from intersection to intersection on all those. Okay, zoom in. Erase off I don't need. These guidelines are gone. Got those, got those. So the plans also call for 3 to 4 folding tabs, 1/4 inch wide, evenly spaced. So let's do that. I'm going to go tape measure up 1/4 of an inch, down 1/4 of an inch, and then the middle is 5 inches, so 2.5 to the middle. But 2.5 minus 1/8 would be 2 3/8. So 2 and the space 3/8. The top edge down 2 space 3/8. And then I gotta build a line across those just so I can use it to erase against. I'm just going to draw these lines across as guidelines for now, and then erase them later. So I'm going to erase, I don't need, so erase all these little occurrences of these things. Erase them all. Alright, so erased all those little tabs and the guidelines. Here's my panel with the 4 foldable sides. And I wanted 3 or 4 tabs. I got 1 tab, 2 tabs. I got 3 tabs. That works. Next, it kind of calls for these small little rectangular slots, up 1/2 from the bottom, 3 3/4 tall, 1.5 inch wide, centered. So it says 1/2 inch up from the bottom, 3 3/32 tall, 1.5 inch wide, centered. A 3-inch panel, the middle is 1.5 inches in, right? 1.5 inches is the middle. But if I go left 1/2 the 1.5 inches, and then right 1/2 the 1.5 inches, maybe 1 3/4, 3/4. This is going to be a 3/4 of an inch in from the edge, in 3/4, in 3/4. And I'll draw a rectangle from that corner to that corner. And then I'll erase off I don't need. I'm going to keep these for now. I'll use them for other sides. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other 3 panels. So you got those 2 drawn. You can get rid of, oh, not yet. Keep those, undo. Get rid of these for now. So you got those 3 drawn. Now these ones here. Quite different. This is going to be a line coming in 1/2 that distance of 1.5, so 3/4. Up that 3/32, then back to that intersection point on both ends. So it's from this point, 3/4 of an inch, straight across, and then that. Now I can erase off I don't need. Guidelines can go away. That little spot can go away. And then that spot goes away. And then we got to figure out these ones here. I can't erase this blue section because this is a solid surface. If I click on it and select it, it kind of highlights. I can press delete and it goes away. So I take care of those. Those are gone. So then my shell is ready to go. Next, we got to draw this little floor to our project. This is a 2 and 31/32 square with tabs. So draw a square first, 2 and 31/32. So I'll park that somewhere next to it. And do a square. I'll probably center it off this point. I'm just going to go 2 and 31/32. Comma, oops, that again. 2 and 31/32, comma, 2 and 31/32. There it is. Next, it called for these tabs are 3/32 tall, 1 7/16 wide. So let's get one figured out here. They are 3/32 tall and 1 7/16 wide. The math on that, I'm not quite sure. This is 2 and 31/32. It's an odd number. So I'm just going to kind of let the program help me out here. If I roll the mouse over that line, it should jump right there. See it? You kind of grab the midpoint of that line. That's exact middle. I'm just going to draw a line, the midpoint up. And then the tab is 1 7/16 wide. Well, I divided that in half. 1 divided by 2 is a half. 7/16 divided by 2 is 7/32. It's a half plus 7/32. Or it's 16/32, which is a half, right? 16/32. 16 plus 7 would be 23. 23/32. So if I go left, 23/32, and if I go right, 23/32, I got those. Same thing over here. I'll do a left line from a height of my tab, 3/32, 3/32, all 4 of those. And then I'll draw a line, just hover and let it drag, it'll just jump to it. There it goes, midpoint, off the axis. I'm going to measure up 23/32 and down, oops, didn't work, and then down 23/32. Alright, now it's better drawing some lines. Okay, I don't need this line now, there's for a guideline, can go away. I'm going to draw the line from intersection to intersection on all 4 tabs. And then erase what I don't need. I don't need my guidelines, those can go away. And I don't need that little chunk, or that chunk, or that one, or that one. So now if I put this file on the plasma cam, you cut this piece out, cut this piece out here, fold these edges, and have these tabs plug into these openings, while that seam shut, and the pencil box is done. So again, you want to save it, export it, add it to the Dropbox.